And welcome back. We have St. Clair versus Fuel Esports, and St. Clair taking an early lead already straight into the match. Dragon, how are you feeling for Fuel? They just lost a heartbreaking best of 7 against, oh my goodness, against Cleveland, and now they're already down 2-0 against St. Clair. How are you feeling right now for Fuel?
We're sorry. Dragon is not available to take your call at the moment. Speak to a representative, press 1. I'm panicking!
Yeah.
that's what's happening on my end. It's right now, like what I can see on the side from St. Clair is just similar to Cleveland. Just the type of attack is just brutal right now. But you can see why, Kristen, you just redirect the ball right off your own crossbar.
Yes. Very.
All you had to do was just angle that wrong, and that would have been an own goal.
Yes, very unorthodox plays coming out here, but luckily making them work right here as we see some different gameplay camera angles that we usually don't see very often.
It's nice. We're following the ball.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep, we are following the ball. We are in the POV of ball. The ball is your lifeline. The ball is our cure. The ball is everything.
Our cure? Are we talking about the Call of Duty team here?
It could be. I mean, unless you use the grenade as a ball.
Yeah.
Don't use a grenade as a soccer ball. Not recommended.
I don't even know how you get your hands on a grenade, right? But here we go. We see Fuel is on blue this time. I believe they were orange last time. So Fuel's on blue, a bit of an odd change-up. And here we go, back to what I'm used to, and then it just goes back. I don't know why it's doing this.
Yeah,
It's kind of throwing me off a little bit here, Dragon. I apologize. I'm already thrown off with the 2-0 and the Game 7 loss as well. But we are seeing Fuel just trying to keep up the spirits and trying to keep that pressure on. Just trying to make something happen here. Fuel, we saw them not score a single goal in the first match against Cleveland, but then they came back and won the second and brought it all the way to Game 7. Match point. Didn't end up winning, but they still had a really hard fight. Wow.
Kristen, St. Clair.
Impressive play here.
All the way
Gets
from
through
their
one,
end.
and then over the other one, it's still no boost and just flicks it over Vertex. That is a perfect play, and I don't use the word perfect very often, but that is a perfect play. Used all their boosts exactly and got it just out of reach of Vertex, the Fuel player.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely done. That was impressive. You can see some plays going on from Reeker to Ches to Vertex, striking it through, pinches onto the crossboard, goes to Baptist.
And just comes up short and just can't find a goal there, unfortunate. But still on the attacking is Fuel, and a nice shot there by Ches, and it does slide in, a save by St. Clair, but since they're flying into their net, they just don't. They have that momentum just pushing themselves into the net, and they can't get it out.
Yeah, Kristen tries to block it, but just the momentum was just not enough. Mushrooms.
That's actually a really cool goal explosion I've never seen
it.
before. Very cool. So now we got Fuel on the board, 3-1. A ton of time left in this game. And honestly, I'm not counting Fuel out. I'm not counting anyone out of this game right now. But it is the first of the best of 7.
So what do you think Fuel has to do in order to really start bringing the heat to St. Clair?
I think Fuel has got to. I think they just got to play their game, not get impatient. They did forfeit that last match that they had against Cleveland. That usually is a sign of just frustration and a bit of weakness, and I know they're probably just in their heads a lot. So I think just
it was also 4-0, 45 seconds
for
left.
Sure. And another goal there from St. Clair. And no, I definitely agree. Like, I'm forfeiting every single time in that game. But it is just, it is hard on.
Kristen stole that goal from Barris.
He did. It's hard on the mental, though, going to all the way to Game 7 not being able to win. So I think they just got to take this game, recoup a little bit, work together and try to get back to their roots and see if they can get something to go here. And a nice save by Ches, but it's going to be a goal again by Christian.
I think Christian has scored every goal so far for St. Clair.
Yeah, it seems as though, even if he hasn't, it's feeling like it is. Now, this reminds me a lot of last night's Valorant match where we had a Reyna named Supa, and he dominated both games and was like positive in both games, and I think he was triple positive in another one. Here we go.
Wrong holiday.
Another goal by St. Clair. Yeah, it hasn't even been Halloween yet, and we're already with these.
Yeah, Halloween's this Friday, and we got Christmas.
Yeah, he's just excited. You know, he's given presents to Fuel. Here's a goal. Here's another goal. You know, showing.
Yeah, you get a goal. You get a goal. Everybody gets a goal.
Except for Fuel. They've only got one, unfortunately, and it's looking like St. Clair's trying to get another one, another fake. And wow, I think the biggest thing I've seen so far is just Fuel biting on a lot of these fakes that St. Clair's throwing at them. Nice demo there by Ches, but it almost ended up in another St. Clair goal.
Yeah, but now here we go. We see Reeker and Vertex going for the attack. Vertex, though, with very minimal boost, scoops up to Chess, hits off the corner.
That pass was amazing, but it was just a little too far on the backboard, and Chess couldn't do anything about it.
Now to Fatal, bounces in, hits off to Kristen into that back corner to Fatal again, passes off, redirects, the tap to Kristen, and it's just ping-ponging in this corner on Fuel's end.
It is now. Speaking of ping pong, this is a little unrelated, but it does look a bit of a grim game. But do you watch any movies, Dragon, at all? Do you watch any new movies by any chance?
Any new movies? Like
yeah, like do you watch? Well, do you go to the theater often?
I don't go to the movie theater as often. Like the last time I went to the theaters was to see Barbie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome movie to watch in theaters for sure. Well, I was gonna say there's a new ping pong movie actually coming out called Marie Supreme. It has Timothy Chalamet in it.
Wait, there's a ping pong movie with Timothy Chalamet in it.
Yes, and the music creator Tyler the Creator is also starring in it as well as the Shark Tank member Kevin O'Leary.
Okay,
very star-studded cast. Yes,
I'll have to check out the IMDb of this. Wow. Fuel Esports taking, unfortunately, the first loss in this Series 7 against St. Clair, but St. Clair played a crazy game.
They did. Christian especially is, you know, a big factor in that. Ches does luckily get a goal here as we see, but it just, wow, just a brutal kind of massacre here on St. Clair's behalf of just nonstop offense. And just anytime Fuel messed up, which seemed like a lot, unfortunately, they're just there. Like, right, Ches isn't rotated back. He kind of just flies in, tries to save anything he can, and just isn't able to.
Yeah, like we can see, like Kristen scored 4 goals with 5 shots on net. Barris got 2, 2, and 5. So 11 shots on net for St. Clair.
Yeah, and also I gotta say, you know, Ches wasn't there on defense a lot of the time. I wonder if they switched any plays. You know, maybe Ches was going for a bit of a more offensive role this match. It seems like Vertex was the last line of defense in this game. So I'm wondering if they're maybe trying out some new tactics, right? Maybe let's see if Ches plays more of the midfield / defender and then put Vertex as our full defensive line here. So, you know, they could just be trying some things out, seeing what works. You know, after that big loss to Cleveland, maybe they're like, this isn't going to do it. If we want to compete in this league, we need to start trying out new tactics and throwing them at our team.
Well, let's see. It's game already. Kickoff going to the side of St. Clair with an early goal potential for them, but a nice passing play from Vertex to Ches with a launch off the roof.
Yeah, that could have been a great shot. Some of those are just, let's see if this is going, right? Let's see if we can tap my card just the right way to angle it in, and you just are kind of praying this thing goes in. Nice save there by Reeker. Really good. Epic save there. Another
bump. Aerial to Ches. The redirection, but Fatal is there to meet it with a really good flip reset.
Oh, and Rez.
But gets bumped.
Reeker just coming in there and blocking him. Fatal demo there.
See, no boost for Vertex with a pinch. Gets a launch from Ches. Gets struck by Fatal, stopping the momentum of the ball in its tracks. Multi-flip reset flick. To Vertex again.
Oh, a good pass, but wow. Good job by St. Clair just being there, being in the defensive end, waiting for that shot and capitalizing.
Reeker, pass from Vertex to Reeker to try and tap it in, but you have Ches coming in from the sky.
Oh my god. What a nice ceiling shot. This is what I was talking about. Ches is playing a bit more of an offensive role here, it seems. And I'm liking it. I mean, in this game, nice shot. Just so powerful. 106 kph.
Those are the shots you need now. That is 1 point on the board for Fuel Esports. Another hit, kickoff, going highly well in Fuel's favor, but a demo from Fatal to take out Ches.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of early demolitions coming out on the side of St. Clair, but here's what I'm talking about. I think Ches has been in the lab working on some offensive tech, and I think he's trying to show it off this game. And I think Rieger's taking a bit of a backseat here. I wonder if maybe that's a calm between, you know, their captain saying, hey guys, let's switch this up, or maybe it's Rieger being like, I'm not feeling too hot right now with my mechanics, and someone take the more offensive role tonight. Right?
I mean, then you got a nice double play,
Oh,
but a block.
A great save by St. Clair.
Ches going up to meet it, using all of their boosts. The momentum is stopped, goes to Rieger, gets struck again, but the attack from Fuel is just keeping St. Clair on their toes right now. You can see there's not a lot of time to actually reciprocate or rebound once they get control, but you gotta stop. You can't have Christian get the ball.
No, and you just gotta keep that attacking on. A lot of teams will get complacent. They get up one goal and they start playing a bit more passive, a bit more defensive, but you cannot get complacent. That is the last thing you want to see, as Fuel is just trying to keep on this offense and make sure that St. Clair knows there's a chance they could score multiple other goals if they are not carefully watching Fuel.
We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. That's the thing, like, this point can change.
And
see?
There we go, as you're saying. A nice shot there coming from the heavens and just placing it home here. Just unfortunate, kind of knocked off of Chez's car awkwardly, and Vertex just wasn't able to go up and stop that ball.
Now we go on to the next kickoff. Strikes, little bit even. Rieger gets the demo. Out for blood. Redirects back off to Ches, and now it's back to Fuel's end.
Now, I like Chez's card. Well, I don't know if he changed it from the last game, but I didn't notice
He did.
it.
Chez's was running the Octane mostly against Cleveland. Now everybody's running Fennec.
Yes, which I'm a big Fennec guy. I love it. I know you're a Dominance player.
100%.
But yeah, I like that. It's really cool. I always like looking at the skins. That's some of my favorite parts about watching Fuel is in any game, you know, Valorant, Rocket League, Marvel, anything, right?
The skins they pick.
Exactly, because, you know, they've been playing for so long. They're so good. They spend money on the game. Whereas I don't really at all, if ever. So I get to see all these cool skins that I only see in the shops, right? I get to see them actually be put to use and get to put to use in a good way with these amazing high-level players.
Yeah, the only game that I've dedicated my wallet to mostly has been War Thunder. I do not want to calculate my funds for that, though, because I do not want to shame myself. You know?
That's all right. We won't shame you at all. I'm sure that
Wallet Warriors.
I'm sure that it is still super cool though, that locker of years, I bet, in that game.
Oh, it's fun.
You know, the game I think I spent the most money on cosmetics would have been Fortnite way back when.
Oh, really?
When I was just a young lad, you know, I'd work at my first job, get my paycheck. I'm spending that on some V-Bucks.
Oh, the double commit.
Just a nice save there.
But the problem is that St. Clair needed to commit 2 of their players to that goal. You can see a redirection there. It just hits off the crossbar. But Ches going in with a tap though from Christian. Hits off. Ches is now having to chase it all the way to the end, but Rieger's there to slam it.
Yeah, again, Rieger playing this more defensive role here. Ches playing a lot more aggressive. I'd really love to talk to them on this interview and see if they are intentionally doing this. And wow, Christian coming out with a double tap. And unfortunately, we won't be able to get
No, they're all playing at home.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I knew that, actually. But wow, Christian just, Jesus.
He's insane.
He is, yes. And now 2-1 for the side of St. Clair. And now, honestly, I wonder, now remembering that, I wonder if that is maybe where Fuel's demise is, playing at home, not being able to have, you know, that, like, actual presence in that room. You know, a lot of people that I know prefer playing in the Fuel station, and I'm sure some players on the Rocket League team do as well, right? So I might be throwing them off as there's 1 second left, and Fuel needs to score a goal here, keeping it alive, but Ches just couldn't get there. Had to kind of dive for the ball, but just kicked it down, unfortunately.
It happens.
It does happen.
But we still got plenty of game to go. It's only game 2. We're into game 3 now.
It is only game 2, and I do not think this game is over whatsoever. You know, Fuel had a lead for a decent amount of that game, but then St. Clair just battled back and clawed their way back, right?
Definitely.
Now, another little bit of basketball history knowledge, if you'd like to know. The Raptors, when they won in 2019, if you remember, they started off their series against Milwaukee Bucks down 0-2, and then they went and won the next 4 straight. So I'm hoping the Fuel can, kind of bring that Canadian energy and win the next 4 straight, and we can have a nice, easy, stressless rest of this match.
I mean, fingers crossed there, because even though as we go, the Jays and Dodgers are playing right now, we're currently still tied 0-0 from last I checked. Maybe manifesting, maybe just some of our Fuel misfortune might lead in some Jays good fortune.
I would love that, honestly, yes. I would love good fortune all across the board, but if we have to sacrifice, one team, at least another can go.
Sacrifice Fuel in favor of the Jays. Oh, what's the score right now?
And the Dodgers are up 1-0 against
no!
the Jays. And unfortunately, but Reeker scores, so that
Hold on.
A law of, what is it? The law of
Theory of relativity or something?
Or like the law of equivalent exchange, right? If one good thing happens, a bad thing happens. So right here, the Dodgers score, but Reeker scores, right? Now, what do you value more, Dragon? I'm not going to ask you to answer that on stream.
Oh, no, I value Fuel. If I have to choose, it's Fuel, hands down.
Awesome. Alrighty.
We'll call on. There's plenty more games left for the Jays.
Plenty?
Like, if they end up losing this, we still got one more.
Minimum one more, yes, for sure. But, that's only one more, whereas Fuel's got a ton.
Here, see, St. Clair scores, so that means the Jays need to score next.
I am really hoping that they do. Unfortunately, I don't think they can in that short of time if the Dodgers just scored so recently. But, a man can dream, right?
A man can dream. But here we go, going on to this kickoff. We are tied 1-1, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. And already a double commit block from Fuel. Goes to Barris, but it misses. Goes to Reeker. No boost in a dream, but gets launched. But launched again by Vertex, pitching it off right off their front bumper. Ches meeting in the air, denies it. Goes to Fatal, but Vertex slams Fatal into the wall. Reeker goes for a wall strike. Goes to Ches, bumps to Kristen. Kristen.
Looking for a little pass here out front, but
something's going on.
No St. Clair cars are able to make it to the ball, and Fatal just a nice clear off of that corner. Just get it out of their end quickly.
Now it's just being pinched in as it's rolling. Oh no!
And a great shot just coming in. Perfect time. Great job there. Now, hopefully the Jays have 2 runs. Right? But gee willikers.
That was a good strike.
Yeah, St. Clair has been playing super well. Even when they get down a goal, their game plan doesn't change. It seems like they don't get discouraged very easily and just fight back and always end up taking this lead, because Fuel, for a lot of these games that they played, have been in a deficit. Even games they've won, they've started off losing. So let's see if they can pull away another goal here and try to even it back up.
Yeah, the redirection and the triple commit from St. Clair, that might be very risky. It does bump off to Ches, to Reeker. Vertex goes to grab as they have the most boost. Actually, the only boost out of all 3 players inside of Fuel right now. Just the boost starvation coming in from St. Clair is insane. But we do have a play.
Counter push there by Fuel, but stopped it in its tracks. Let's see if Fuel can stay here and try to push one through the St. Clair defense. A nice shot out front. It just misses there by Fuel. Unfortunate. I think he saw that someone was coming, so he thought he would try to get a quick shot off. Reeker trying to go for a little backward shot, but can't get there in time. Gets denied with a double commit by St. Clair, and Fuel isn't able to capitalize, but Vertex pushing that ball back over. Christian just showing his technical skills right now.
Now another launch goes to Vertex, onto Reeker with a double tap, stopping the momentum, actually completely breaking the tires of St. Clair, but Fatal's in the net, ready to go. Vertex goes underneath, gets stopped, goes to Ches, strikes the Vertex, and off the post!
And just can't get it to go home there, but now it's looking like St. Clair's going to be on the offensive. But Ches does a great job, no boost, still keeping that ball up in the air, just waiting for his teammates to get back, and no boost on Fuel. Literally no boost. There's now 12 to Vertex's name, and that is it. And here we go, starting to collect some more boosts here, but they're still on the defensive end. Reeker clears it, but Fatal is still there, and Fatal seems to be playing this more defensive role for St. Clair. Nice little flip there from Fatal, still staying with it, but nice by Fuel. Reeker finally gets some boost to his name. Same with Vertex, trying to keep it in their end, passes it over to Vertex to clear it. still chasing this ball in the corner. No more boost, but centers it, and Reeker just a second too late. St. Clair now pushing it, clearing the ball into the midfield, into Fuels and out front, but nobody's there. Reeker passing it up to Vertex. But Vertex opts to stay down low, waits for a mess up. Reeker still with the ball, turns back and keeps it alive. Can they make something happen? Because I'm thinking Fuel needs to start pushing hard here and try to get any sort of goal.
They had to do something, and currently putting the ball with very minimal momentum right in front of your net is not good, and Fatal scores.
Yes, you know it best. Fatal coming in and capitalizing on that little mistake. You don't want to put the ball in front of your net. And just a great double tap though by Fatal and a splash. It seems like a fan favorite goal explosion, rather I should say, from the community today. But we'll take that. Give me a freebie. Vertex coming in.
I'll take it.
I'd love to see that. Great job there. Just getting right out in front. He's going for a fake, but I don't know if he communicated that with the team or maybe a little lag spike or something. But either way, Fuel will take that. Still looking to make up a goal.
Do it again.
Oh,
I wasn't being serious.
But yeah, so this is St. Clair's plan. They are going for a nice fake and trying to get it off the wall and then to a shot, because they know Fuel's going to play super aggressive and see if they can catch them lacking there on the defensive. But Reeker just staying in the air, but can't keep it up. Christian, the Fatal, wow. Amazing passing play on the defense. And is he going to slot that home?
He does.
I think this might be the best play we've seen today, in my opinion, because not only did Christian stop Vertex in the air, he had the ball control in the time to pass it to Fatal, who was playing on their own backboard. He then hit it to the sidewall, then still stayed with the ball to then shoot it in to Fuel's net and giving St. Clair a 2-goal lead with less than 40 seconds now. Wow.
And now 33 seconds and decreasing. It is not looking good for this game 3 for Fuel Esports. They gotta make a play now just to even tie it, but as the time bleeds down, it is just not looking good.
It is not at all. And this is just looking more and more bleak for Fuel as the time ticks down. 10 seconds now hits on the timer as Christian just keeping that ball in the air. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of great players just keep it going and drops it. And still 1 second left, but Fuel's not going to be able to win this game. Just going to try to hold St. Clair to only 4 goals and maybe grab one of their own. And another win going to the St. Clair team as Fuel goes down 3-0.
And now Fuel Esports is once again in the hot seat.
Again, we've seen them be in this seat before, and we've seen them battle back. Can they bring it back? Can they win 4 straight games in a row? But I'll tell you, it starts with one.
It starts with one thing. I don't know.
It does. A great reference there. I love that. Trying to keep it, it's a great song. Trying to keep, the positive vibes here because, it's not looking too good for Fuel and for...
we have fun here. It's esports.
Exactly.
As they always say, it's only a game. Well, you have to be mid.
It's very true. It is only a game at the end of the day. But yeah, and I'm honestly just sad. Not even that Fuel isn't performing great, but just because we don't get to do an interview. I love talking to them. But we are going to see, a game 4 here. Will Fuel be able to grab one, or is it going to be a sweep? Are the brooms going to come out, and it's going to be a sweep in the Fuel room?
We'll definitely have to see, but I think if Fuel wants to really up their game and start putting points on the board, honestly, triple the aggression, double your defense.
Yes, that would be ideal for sure. It is going to be tough to do both, but I hope Fuel can find a way out.
Party time.
Whenever I'm down in Rocket League or even in real life, I always look to my duo. My friend Will, my great mentor, he showed me all the ways to Rocket League, and I greatly appreciate him for that. But he taught me one thing that can't be taught in a video game, and that is teamwork and always believing in your team. And if Fuel can do that, and if they can uplift their team, they could win this game. And I know they could do it.
Well, you got to do, but as you can see, the redirection from Vertex to Reeker gets intercepted. The ball's momentum starts the ground ball roll. The Vertex bumping up to Reeker, hits off the backboard. To Ches, who pinches it. He gets centered in the air, but gets redirected again. Reeker, though, with like a heat-seeking missile, goes to right, rush it. Vertex redirects it once again, hits the Fatal, bouncing off, goes to Kristen. No one's there in the corner, gets ready, but it does get missed by Fatal. The redirection to the ball on the ground, gets pinched out, goes to Barst. Misses it. Goes to Vertex, off the wall, hits to Christian and Fatal, who had a bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, they did, but still able to recover here as St. Clair still looking in control. A minute already winding down from this game, 0-0. And it seems like St. Clair is picking up right where they left off in the last game, keeping the offensive going, and a nice save there by Fuel. But Christian now just gets a recoup. Aris just grabbing that boost, and wow, a nice 50 win, and this might be an open shot here if he can get it on net.
Denied.
But a good save by Chez, and another shot by Christian to follow up. That is the problem. When you have one person getting beat in this 50, it makes it so you need to commit. 2 Fuel members commit, and Reeker no boost. Just barely doesn't touch that ball, and St. Clair an early goal lead. We've seen this happen in almost every single one of our games. St. Clair comes out to an early goal lead, and they keep it the whole game. Can Fuel change it? Can this be a different game? Can this be the odd one out?
We're going to have to see Fatal and Reeker battle for the ball. And it was kind of a Pyrrhic win, but a redirection from Vertex, but it gets hit out by Fatal.
Fatal, wow,
Whoa.
the car control is insane and going for
Wait,
a
Reeker has a
flip there.
breakaway.
And he does a nice little flip. Love that. Nice little goal. Kind of too aggressive there by St. Clair. I think they got a bit cocky and then just messed up there, and Reeker just going to take advantage. Nice flick into the net. Simple, easy splash.
Yeah, when you're on a breakaway, you don't want to make it complicated. Just put it in.
Yes.
Just put it in.
He knew someone was coming. He's like, let me get a little bit of extra power here from this flick. And, oh my God, almost another goal there by St. Clair. Just couldn't get it in. Now, let's see if Reeker can put Fuel up. 1-1. I love seeing this out of Fuel. Able to get that goal. The momentum is shifting in Fuel's favor. I hope they can keep it this way.
Now, once Fuel gets a goal on the board, you see a complete different change in energy.
Yes,
Off
no,
the
for
crossbar.
sure. Reeker, nice control over to Chez. Now, that is a beautiful pass. Reeker going for another shot, but just off of the mark. Chez, yes, a double tap off of that side wall just to keep it alive. And Vertex, oh, and just misses that boost, but does keep the ball in their end with Reeker coming up to clean up that play there. Aris, just a nice clear. And, oh my goodness, St. Clair on the offensive trying to get something to go there. Just solo attack there, but did not score. But, oh my God, Christian just taps it home. And I think he has been the thorn in Fuel's side. Always just there whenever Fuel messes up. And I think just Vertex misread that ball there in the corner, and it just ultimately led to a goal for St. Clair.
Blow him up.
Blow him up, yeah. You want a demolition?
I'd say at this point to start demoing. Because
Fatals.
you're getting
Wow.
you get the thing, and then you get the ball, and the ball goes into the net, but it goes to the wrong one.
It does, and you know, I hate to make awful punts, but Fatal delivering a fatal blow to Fuel's moral and mental right there. Just super frustrating. I know Fuel's got to be kicking themselves. They're already down 2. They just brought the game back within striking distance, and now it is slipping out of their hands. Super unfortunate here, but Vertex, a nice shot out front here. Nobody there to capitalize on it. Reeker rotating back as Vertex the last line of defense. And a good little touch, but not good enough. It's Fatal again, coming in and making his presence known. And Reeker, Vertex, and Chez all left the match.
With a forfeit coming in from the side of Yo Esports, it seems. It's St. Clair vibing.
And they are going to take that game out. Now, I'm not sure if the game is going to end since it's a private match, so I think St. Clair might just rack up the goals or they might just let it go. But Fuel there ending the game when all the players were in 4-1. Super unfortunate. Not a lot of time left. Now, I agreed with the forfeit before that we had. You know, you were down, you're in a game 7. This forfeit seems a bit frustrating, right? You know, I
Yeah.
know mental's down. I know that's tough. But I mentioned before, you got to look to your teammates there. You just got to, like, one person's just got to be saying, guys, let's not forfeit. Let's keep playing. Even if we lose, we need this practice together. We need to learn more things about them so the next time we play them, we are able to take advantage of their mistakes and capitalize and win.
100% I agree. But there is a silver lining in all this. This isn't the last stream we have or the last game we have.
For sure.
As we take a quick look at our upcoming schedule, tomorrow we got some more Rocket League. There's some Valorant, but we also will be streaming Counter-Strike for the second time in the year, starting tomorrow. Thursday, we have some League of Legends, some more CS, some Rocket League. On Friday, we got League of Legends, as well as we will be streaming Overwatch. And then next week on next Wednesday, we have CS as well as some more Rocket League. So make sure to stay tuned. Follow us on all of our socials, and make sure to just keep up with everything Fuel Esports.
Yes, please do. And if you're wondering where Call of Duty is because there was no Call of Duty for next week or the week after, they are taking, I believe, a week or two off because playoffs are coming up. So as soon as we come back and we have Call of Duty, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be playoffs. You won't want to miss it, and you won't want to miss any of the stuff we have for the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. And
with that being said, I've been Dragon.
I've been Elson, and thank you so much for watching.